Now, will our three teams pounce on this tactic or fall to the rest of the table? Let's jump in and find out. Now, this one is called the 4-2-4, and I apologize for this pronunciation, but PAAYUM PULI. The only thing I know about PAAYUM Puli is that it's both two films or possibly three, I'm not really sure. It's also a translation as Pouncing Tiger. So I am not really sure if it's the films that inspired this tactic or something else, and it was just the name that they used. But I do like the shape. I like how symmetrical it is. It's very nice. Obviously, I love the asymmetrics, but I do like the perfectly symmetrical ones as well. So we're going to dive in, though, with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town in a holiday sim as usual. So let's just dive into the Premier League and see how it worked. Well, so far in the Premier League, it is definitely a mixed bag. Liverpool doing an amazing job with only a single loss, 129 goals, 105 points. Aston Villa, though, in 7th. 67 points is lower than usual with 79 goals. It'll be interesting to dive in a little bit more. But now getting into Liverpool's domestic cup run, out immediately in the Carabao Cup third round to Aston Villa 1-2. They get to the FA Cup quarterfinals, losing out to Tottenham 1-2. However, they do make it all the way to the end of the Europa League final, getting past Dortmund 5-0. Now that's a thrashing. So yeah, 2 trophies in 2 big competitions is pretty nice. Squad-wise, they definitely have a good amount of green here to show for it. 31 goals for Salah, 28 for Nunez, 26 for Jota, and 21 for Gakpo. Very nicely done and spread around. 19 assists for Trent, Salah with 18. Average rating, well, Kelleher gets up there, but Salah with a 7.46. Switching it up to Aston Villa, we already saw them get past Liverpool 2-1 in the Carabao Cup third round. They get to the quarterfinals against Cardiff, losing out 1-2. But they do make it to the FA Cup fifth round and in extra time lose 1-2 to Newcastle. But a phenomenal run all the way to the Europa Conference League final, 5-3 winners over Fiorentina. So yeah, Europa Conference League is fantastic. Everything else, They do have a nice set of green, though, which is nice to see. But goals, 29 for Moussa Diaby, Zaniolo with 26. Assists, 16 for McGinn and Matty Cash apiece. And then average rating, Alex Moreno with a 7.38. Data hubs, Liverpool's attacking side looking fantastic. No question about it. Their defensive pieces looking pretty nice themselves. 3.39 goals per game. This definitely worked. 0.74 conceded, 0.94 XG against, even with 19 shots. Pretty nicely done. Aston Villa missing out severely on the goals, which is interesting to see. Their defense pieces definitely look a little more woeful than usual. 2.08 goals per game, 1.5 conceded is higher, no question. XG against 1.41. Premier League stats, 2.76 points per game for Liverpool, Villa with 1.76. Most goals, Liverpool 129. Clear front runners over Manchester United and Tottenham, but Aston Villa coming in 4th with 79. Fewest shots against, Liverpool with 273, Villa with 394. Most possession, Liverpool with 57%, 53 for Aston Villa. Most dribbles made, Villa making the list with 579. And most shots for Liverpool in first with 757, Villa in second with 595. But now, such a mixed bag with the Premier League. How'd our championship side of Ipswich Town fare? Well, they handily came in first place. 110 points, 119 goals. It worked very well. Automatically promoted. See you in the Premier League next season. Domestic cups for Ipswich Town don't look too bad. They got to the Carabao Cup 4th round in penalty, lost though to Wolves. FA Cup semi-finals. Wow, to Fulham they lose in extra time. So overall, semi-finals of the FA Cup is pretty impressive, and if Harry Clark hadn't been sent off in like the 64th minute, they might have gotten something out of it. But championship, no question about it, they did a phenomenal job. Squad-wise, they have more green than they usually do, which is obviously nice to see. But 20 goals for Connor Chaplin, Wes Burns, and Nathan Broadhead with 13 apiece. 19 assists for Leif Davis, Wes Burns with 12, and average rating Leif Davis gets a 7.34. Championship stats, Ipswich in first with 2.39 points per game. Most goals in first, 119. Very well done. Fewest shots against in second with 321. Most possession in fifth with 56%. Most dribbles made in seventh with 717. And most shots for in first with 830. But now, the tactic itself. We start with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in attack. We got ball-playing defenders in the central spots in defend, 2 DMs in support. So far, absolutely nothing new. Inside forward in attack, mark-specific position is that DR. 1 in attack on the left, 1 in support on the right, and again, mark-specific position is that DL. And then we have 2 pressing forwards in support up top. Attacking mentality, in possession attacking with his narrow. Approach play is pass into space. Underlap on the left and the right, but focus play down the left and the right. Passing directness is shorter. Tempo is higher. Time wasting is never. Low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often. Prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. But now, how did it do for our 3 teams? Well, 2 out of the 3 ain't bad. Ipswich and Liverpool doing phenomenal jobs. 4 losses, 8 draws, and you can still build on that a bit. So definitely take a look. It is an attacking 4-2-4, and as I've said for months, the attacking 4-2-4s definitely seem to do the best out of all the tactics that we've tried. And generally, overall, I mean, Aston Villa this time around not doing the greatest, only in 7th place with 67 points. But I think you could pick it up if you take control of this yourself, do your own training, transfers, things like that. I think you could do a bit better. But it is definitely geared more for a Liverpool, just flat out Ferrari style attacking. And it worked very well for them. But let us know if you tried it down in the comments below and how it worked for you. But here, yeah, mostly it did very well. But that's it for me, Staffing FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.